Hi everyone, and welcome back to Author Nation Live. Really happy today to be joined by Julie Broad, who's actually a Las Vegas native, which I've only just found out. And we were joking about things to do, and she could have just told me what I could do instead. So yeah, thanks for joining the show.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Yeah. So how did your talk go yesterday?
Great. We were talking about leveraging your book, but not just giving away free books.
Yep.
Like I told the story of this guy who charged at me at a conference with his book and gave it to me. And I was like, he's like, write a review. I didn't even know what genre it was. I didn't know anything. Yeah. And that's not an effective strategy for giving books away free. But there are some really effective ways to give away your book, to grow your brand, to grow your business, to get leads. So a lot of it was just talking about why to do it and when to do it, how to do it so it works for your business.
Yeah, great. So give me the headline details about when you should do it and why you should do it.
Yeah, so first of all, it depends on your goal.
Yep.
So if you're trying to get leads, obviously you want email addresses. So you want to do it in a way that's going to get you email addresses.
So we're talking about nonfiction books. So
only nonfiction.
So you're more thinking about maybe people who've already got a business or they've got an offer they want to do, and the book is the...
Yeah, I mean, even if you don't have a business, a good way to grow your author business is to speak.
Yep.
So thinking about how can I use this physical book or this ebook to get more speaking gigs, that's what we're doing with the nonfiction book. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Right. Yeah. Okay. And so in the talk, let's go through like some of the steps that you recommend people do.
Yeah. So first is the goal, figuring that out, because once you know that, you can think about, okay, who do I need to give a book to in order to get to that goal? And then we talked about physical books versus digital, because I think if you can give away a physical book, it has a longer shelf life and it's going to sit there and remind people about you, or even if they're not interested, they'll pass it along. Mm-hmm. But obviously there's costs to that and figuring out who are you going to give it to and when. So we talked through, the scenarios of when to do it and how to do it. We talked about software to execute this, because if you're giving away a digital book or even a physical book, you have to make sure you've got an email system and a funnel. So we walk through all of those pieces.
So do you use things like book funnels for the distribution? And
Yes, for audiobooks, we use Story Origin as well. We like them both.
We were just chatting to, when you came in.
Evan, yes. So we use Story Origin for ebooks. I use Book Funnel for audiobooks. Yeah.
Right. Okay, cool. And so when we're talking about physical books, so you're talking about going to trade shows and things like that. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, or events. If you happen to be attending some sort of a networking event, that can be a great opportunity as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, usually it's easier to do it in person, but we also mail them to certain people as well.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any good examples of books that this tactics works quite well for?
I mean, my own book, my very first, actually, one of the things I talked about was my first book. It was a real estate investing book, and I partnered with a magazine in Canada, which is where I'm from originally before I moved to the States. And I gave them 250 copies of the book in exchange for them to promote it as part of their subscription. So get a 2-year subscription, you get a book. But then they promoted me and my business everywhere. I was at their events. I was in their magazine. And so that was an example of a really effective promotional strategy where it only cost me about $1,500 and I got probably $30,000, $40,000 worth of exposure in exchange.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Nice. So when you're doing these books, especially the physical books, how do you get them printed? Do you use print on demand, or do you just buy a...
The quality is a little better with some of the other printers.
Yeah.
But if you're in a rush, yes, print on demand. But Print Nation, it's actually a Las Vegas company.
Okay.
We use them for 50 or more, if you need 50 or more, and their quality is exceptional. It's a very similar price to Ingram.
Okay. I haven't actually heard of those ones, so I have to get as a list on the...
Yes, they're really good. I mean, it's only for the U.S., so they only ship to the U.S., but excellent printer.
Right. Amazing. Now, with nonfiction businesses that you've worked with, who are the sorts of businesses that usually work quite well for this?
Yeah, speakers, consultants, SaaS, software as a service. Those are all great examples. And this strategy of free books works really well for them, because it's not about the book. It's about what the book can open the door to and where they can maybe be exposed to getting more clients or even partner opportunities, corporation that now wants to hire them for workshops. That kind of thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you generally recommend that people write their own book, or can you outsource get it ghostwritten or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, my company has ghostwriters and writing coaches, so people do both.
That's what you do, right? Yeah.
People do both.
Talk us through book launches then a bit, because that's the reason why you're here, not just to do the talk. You want to promote book launches. So how does it work?
I don't promote book launches as much here because our target audience is like a doctor, an engineer, an entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. They're not as likely to be here, but we love being around authors. So, but we have full service self-publishing. So we help you with the idea, editing, design, all the way through to marketing. We pitch you for podcasts, live appearances, run ads, do bookstore outreach, book award submission, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your typical like customer would be someone like a local business owner, like a dentist or a doctor or someone like that, who wants to build up their reputation and then go that way. Is that kind of...
Or a speaker who's already on like little stages but wants to get paid more, or even people who've exited from a business, or like they've been an executive and now they want to kind of evolve. They want to take that expertise and reposition it to be a thought leader and speak and consult in a different space.
Yeah. Do you find many people use the book itself as an income stream, or is it generally like a shop window?
It's one of the ways. So, I mean, we look at it as IP. So they repurpose it into, I mean, some of our clients get foreign rights deals. So they're, they maintain the rights here, but then they sell in other countries. Then they turn it into other formats. So they'll make money from it that way, turn it into workshops, talks. So it's not just the book, but the content from the book can be leveraged in a lot of ways to make a really good income.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
So talking about Las Vegas, you're a local, so you know the best things to do. So I was going to ask you what you've been up to, but you should tell me what I should be doing, I think.
Well, a couple cool things that are near here is the Museum of Illusions.
Okay.
It's not far. It's in the Crystal Mall across, and Meow Wolf, Area 15.
That's what I was just talking about, Evan. Yeah.
Yeah. I highly recommend those two things. It's not far. If you want to go a little distance, Red Rock is my favorite hiking place. I go out there every weekend. I love it.
Oh, do you?
It's not that far. It's like, from here, it's about a 40-minute drive.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Have you got any more plans for the rest of the show, or are you going to chill now?
I'll be here.
Yeah.
I'll be here hanging out. Yeah. I've got authors in for Rave. So a bunch of book launchers authors are here. So we've got a nice big booth to help them sell and sign books.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And for these sort of conferences, do you go to a lot of conferences, and what do you get out of going to them?
Yeah, I always look for nuggets. At this point, I've done so many conferences, done so much learning. I don't expect like my life to change, but if I can find a couple of good nuggets or a couple of key people that I can partner with and support, vice versa, that's what I look for. Yeah,
perfect. And as a nonfiction author, are there any conferences that you recommend that have, apart from this one, obviously?
I would either love to create one or work with somebody to create one, because I think that there's a gap.
Yep.
To really serve nonfiction authors in a really
we should talk about that, because
that
could be fun.
Yeah. So no, the shorter answer is no, I haven't found a great one. There's lots of virtual events, but one that's in person, bringing nonfiction authors together, to my knowledge, there isn't a great one.
Yeah. In the UK, there's a Business Book Awards.
Ooh, cool.
And I interviewed her like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And she's writing a book she's created some software about writing a book using AI. Oh, yeah. So it helps with that sort of thing. So I put you in touch.
Sounds good. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, nice. Well, thanks. I haven't got any more questions. I think it's been great. Have you got any tidbits for people about what you've got out of the show? Like any really good recommendations that you would want to leave people with?
I mean, the same old thing I think comes out, but it's not because it comes out all the time.
Yeah.
Which is imperfect action.
Right.
Just take action, try something. It might not work, but it'll teach you something so you can move forward. And it's like a zigzag. There's not a straight line to success.
Yeah. Brilliant. Well, thanks so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate your time, and I'll speak soon.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you so much for tuning into the Publishing Performance podcast. I really hope you found today's episode inspiring. I love chatting to authors, writers, and people in the publishing world. Now, just before we wrap up, let me tell you about Publishing Performance, the #1 platform for authors who want to increase Amazon book sales, but are not really sure where to start. Now, this show is all about helping you to sell more books. And if you're looking to boost your publishing game and to maximize your book's potential on Amazon, then Publishing Performance is designed to help authors just like you to grow your readership and to reach a much wider audience. Now, I know that Amazon ads can be slightly complicated, which is why Publishing Performance is like having a personalized ad account manager to create your ad campaigns, to choose your best keywords, and to make adjustments in real time. Now, if you're investing in ads, you really want to make sure that your investment is being used effectively, and Publishing Performance does just that. It aims to make your budget go further, improve your organic rank, and target keywords more effectively. Just go to publishingperformance.com to get started with Amazon ads for just $1.